investigation process is conducted by the Office of the Prosecutor of the court. I hope your audience will appreciate that for an investigation to be successful, it must be discreet. So that means it must be confidential, because witnesses must be seen and feel they can speak in confidence to the prosecutor. So this is a process that by definition has to be one that's discreet, and in which the prosecutor won't be able to give you a month by month progress report on the matter. We have to be even more careful about looking after victims and witnesses. Now that is one of the responsibility of the registrar, to make sure victims and witnesses are protected, but that must be, as you can appreciate, very discreet, because we have to give a commitment to them, to the people who cooperate with the court, that they will be safe. So we must be absolutely discreet about that matter. Well, the support of the NGOs was very important at the beginning of the process, because obviously they were dealing with the people concerned before the court became involved. So they had the contacts and they had knowledge of the situation. But as the investigation proceeds, the investigators from the prosecution office, the Office of the Prosecutor, must conduct independent, objective investigations. They are the only ones who can present evidence to the court for the prosecution. Well, the evidence that needs to be presented before the court by the Office of the Prosecutor needs to be independent and objective. The International Criminal Court is a criminal court. It has to make decisions about the guilt or innocence of individuals. So the court and the prosecutor will want to make sure the evidence is independent and objective. Now, ultimately, the evidence that's presented will be a matter for the prosecution, but opinion is not really evidence. It's evidence that the prosecution and the court will be focusing on, but it's not opinion. That's the court. The court is looking for evidence. It's a criminal court. No, but not at the time of these offences. The offences that are within the jurisdiction of the court are, as you know, crimes against humanity, war crimes, the crime of genocide. So it's not so much who started the war, but how the war was conducted, the events that took place, whether those involved breaches of human rights, war crimes, or other grave crimes. Well, it would be some of the crimes that are listed in the Rome Statute involve for example, the forcible deportation of people. There would be crimes of sexual violence that might have taken place in these situation countries. There are widespread killings that might have been taking place in terms of military offences, war crimes. It's targeting civilian populations. These are crimes that are commonly encountered in situations such as have existed in Georgia and elsewhere.